Hi, hello, welcome back. Today I do have my new art supply that I have with me for quite some time, but I haven't had time to try it out yet. I would like to unwrap today together with you guys. This is the Schmincke Akademie watercolor set and also Hahnemühle watercolors journal sketchbook. So let's get started. Oops, that's the wrong side. First thing first, I would like to unwrap my watercolor journal. This one is Hahnemühle Deco Age 100% cotton, cold pressed, 250 GSM. The size is 14 by 14 centimeter. Actually, I got it from online shop here in Europe, where I already based in right now, so it's easier for me to acquire it. To me, it's like I would like to try new book, and also this is in the shape of the square one, which is I have never tried out before, and the size is quite comfortable to carry with me everywhere, so why not, right? Okay, this is just my excuse to get a new supply. Yep. Okay, let's walk through inside the sketchbook together. I can tell that from touching this paper inside the sketchbook, the paper is quite soft. It's softer than previous sketchbook that I already complete and I already upload inside my YouTube channel in the flip through. The paper is rougher, even though it's a cold pressed 100% cotton, exactly the same as this Hahnemühle book, but maybe because of the difference of the thickness. This one is 300 GSM, but this one is just only 250 GSM. But I have never tried Hahnemühle 300 GSM 100% cotton before. Maybe I should try in the future so I can compare apple to apple. So this is my previous sketchbook from Potentate. I kinda like it. This paper can handle all the watercolor techniques like wet on wet, scrubbing, and everything like that. I am really happy with the results, so I'm planning to buy more of this in the future. One more thing that I would like to mention about this sketchbook is that I like the fact that this cover, the hard cover, is easier to clean. You can wipe it out, you can clean it easier when you splash something on top of it unintentionally. So next, let's jump into my new set of color. For someone who may not know, that Schmincke has two lines of watercolors. The first one is Schmincke Horadam, which is the professional line, but this one in this box is the Academy line, which is the student one. But with the beautiful box set limited edition from the student line, just you can see here, I just can't help myself grabbing it. Actually, I would like to admit that I do have the standard set from Schmincke Horadam already. That would be nice if I can compare and swatch the colors side by side to check the colors from student line and the professional line together. And as you can see here, this is the student line from Schmincke. They have just only 24 colors in the series, which means that the 12 colors that come with this top row is their standard color. I would like to add some more colors into my set as well, because I find it quite interesting to try other colors. But I choose just only the colors that have the very high light fast and also not the white color that I have not used it so often. So that's why I bought another 8 colors, but the first color that left here is the yellow one. The seller just forget to deliver it to me. I contact them and they're gonna send it to me very soon, so I just wait for it. To keep the video from getting too long, I swatched the color offline. And this is the result. As you can see here, I skipped some color that I don't have it right now, just in case that in the future maybe I change my mind and want to grab it. So I just skip it, just in case. And this is the swatch that I did just for my quick reference. And I can see that the color is quite interesting. I think it's quite comparable to the Horadam line. except just list some colors that I feel a little bit gelatin, not that so pigmented. For example, is the violet one. Here, PB 55, or so PB 29. I feel a little bit filler when I dig the pigment up, but other than that, it's quite fine to me. Right here, you can compare the color between Schmincke Horadam on the top line with the Schmincke Akademie on the lower line. I can tell that the pigment is quite comparable, except these two, the yellow one, because the pigment is quite different. But I do like the Akademie line, it's quite bright. And also in the orange one, cadmium red light and cadmium red hue. The pigment from both lines are different. In general, I think it's a nice color. I also have bought the Winsor Newton Professional line and the Cotman line to compare with Schmincke set. As you can see here, the standard palette sets from each brand are a bit different in terms of tone. Schmincke's blues, greens, and earthy colors are more muted compared to the Winsor Newton. But honestly, I think it really comes down to personal preference. For the student grade paints, when compare Schmincke Akademie and Cotman, I personally prefer the feeling of using Schmincke Akademie more. Actually, I start my watercolor journey with Cotman line, and while the finished painting looks very nice, I wasn't very satisfied with how the paints felt. You know what I mean? I had to dig really deep into the pan to get enough pigment from Cotman pan, and the set didn't include the darker colors like paint grays, so it was a little bit frustrating using these colors. I mean, I have to dig the burnt sienna and also ultramarine blue to mix it together, and this made my brush fray a little bit faster than they should have. At that time I used Van Gogh brushes, which is I really like. They are quite nice, and I can see that I don't have any experience or anything like that with the Schmincke Akademie at all. And in this testing with the Schmincke Akademie, I used the new brushes from Van Gogh as well. For testing of my new art supply here, I would like to test how the sketchbook handle all the technique like wet on wet, dry on dry, marking fluid, and tape. Also, I would like to scrub something out of the surface of the paper, and let's see how it goes. As for testing the marking fluid and the tape, I would like to paint this photo. This is the reference photo I found from the internet, so I'm gonna apply the marking fluid on the foam and the white rocks in the front of the picture. Maybe I can show you all the process of painting this seascape here in the next video. Let me know if you would like to see some. I think the book can handle marking fluid just fine, even though it left a bit of staining. I was able to erase it with rubber, and the paper handled it very well. I'm pretty happy about it. I also like the way that the paper performs with the wet on wet technique. The colors spread beautifully, and the finished painting looks very soft and beautiful in my opinion. However, when it comes to dry on dry and scrubbing on the surface, I think it is a bit easy to damage the paper. Is it similar when using tape? The paper surface is quite soft, as I mentioned earlier. The paper can tear easily. When I remove the tape, it sometimes pulls up part of the paper surface, so I have to take it off very slowly and carefully to avoid damaging my painting. So this is all my thought about the Hahnemühle sketchbook. So let me know if you have ever used this book and what do you think about it. Or maybe you use any other kind of paper from Hahnemühle or any other brand that you would recommend. Let me know in the comment down below, and thanks for watching. See you in the next video.